ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, featuring Special K and Sam.
And we are officially in the window of the secret sound, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 5 times today. You will have a chance to win some money. Brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. We are up to a new sound. The jackpot's at $104 when we reveal the sound. If you text the word secret to 37530, you will be sent the exact times for the whole week we're going to play. That's also where you get the clue. On Friday, Sam had a big winner because that clue had gone out. It was $2,080 she gave away.
Whoa,
it was pretty
that's
fantastic. So you never know how big the jackpot's going to get. The secret sound brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. Now, it is the day after Mother's Day. Happy Monday, kids.
Yep.
And
hope it's a good one for you.
Eric had asked a question in the 6 o'clock hour. Hey, text me at 37530 if you didn't have really the best time or you want to vent it out about something that happened yesterday. Rosa texted about her sister-in-law situation. He talked to her off the air. She and her sister-in-law are standing by on the phone.
So I don't know if we have enough time for other calls. If we don't,
Two ladies.
we'll do it next hour. We'll let people vent as well. So let me.
What happened with
get 'em
these
on.
ladies? Let's find out right now as we welcome them to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so Rosa, you're the one that messaged us. You're going to go ahead and tell us what is going on. What is the problem that you have with your sister-in-law?
I'm pissed off at Nancy. She totally screwed me over this Mother's Day. Our mother-in-law is a pistol. She's a real character. And so we kind of bonded over the fact that she pretty much hates us both equally.
Uh-oh.
And we try to have each other's backs through all the various family occasions. And we always talk about, like, oh, what are you doing? What kind of gift? The other thing are you going to bring? And just kind of coordinate with each other so that we are equally, like, in it together. With Mother's Day yesterday, we had a conversation about how this year just kind of like doing the grandkids, making homemade gifts and cards, and we're giving our gifts. And Vivian, my mother-in-law, is being gracious enough. And then it comes time for Nancy and her kids to give the gifts. And what does she do? She rolls out a 5-day cruise out of Galveston.
What?
Oh, Nancy, you upstaged her.
Holy smokes. You went from my
Nancy.
kid card to a cruise?
She upstaged me.
Oh, man.
And I was like, are you kidding me? I brought construction paper cards. It was like, what is this? Oh, my God. I was mortified.
Nancy, why would you not say, why don't we do this together? You pretty much screwed over your sister-in-law.
That wasn't the intention. The problem is that my husband and I have a little more means, and we're able to afford more things than they can. And so this is a constant struggle. Every time we have to get a present for the mother-in-law, it's all about what's financially, how can we make it simpler?
Whoa.
Oh, you just insulted your sister-in-law. We're
Wow,
rich
you're
and
really
she's
going to
poor.
go there, huh? You're really going to do that? We're not
like,
poor. You know, we
we can
can
afford
afford things.
If you don't like her, why would you give her the cruise?
Oh, so you have to understand, Vivian lives really close to us, so we see her all the time. This is not a family vacation. We're not going with her. This is for her to get away from us.
Oh, you're trying to get her out of the picture.
Exactly. So we're doing everybody a favor here. Everybody wins.
Yeah, but she still knows who's giving her the gift. I mean, it's coming from you.
Yeah.
You should have let your sister-in-law know that, hey, I'm sorry, we're going to go big this year.
Especially if y'all talked about construction cards and homemade gifts.
Oh, yeah, that does suck. That's embarrassing.
You, like, set me up for just a catastrophic failure. I can't believe it. What a freaking bomb you dropped.
She'll go away, and she'll come back she'll forget about it all. Don't worry.
But why couldn't we all have done it? Like, we could have all gone in on the cruise. Why did it have to be just you guys?
But you know what? She's always going to remember you because you're the one that got her the great gift.
It is true, though. If she can't afford it, you don't want to put her in a bad position.
Do you say to Rosa, if you, Nancy, feel like Rosa's family doesn't have as much as you guys, that you're going to do it, and then she feels obligated, whether she had the means or not?
Or what if they can only afford 20%? I pay 80% of it, but I only get 50% of the credit.
Unless you say, well, 80% of this gift is from us. She just gave you 20.
It's like you're trying to perpetuate the less hate on you, Nancy, and put more on Rosa so you don't worry about it.
Nancy, I think you should have conferred with your sister-in-law because you did make her look bad. And if you guys had that agreement, that wasn't cool. Now, the flip side is I do think that you shouldn't be restricted by what you get her.
Right.
Because your sister-in-law can't get her something as nice.
You don't just book the day of.
Eric brought up a good point. You don't just, like, pull this out of thin air. you had planned this and you lied to your sister-in-law saying we're just going to
it wasn't like that morning on your way over to their house.
Yeah.
You went online and bought a ticket.
I didn't actually buy the cruise yet. We just presented her with like a coupon for the cruise. She gets to go and pick out what she wants to do, where she wants to go. So it wasn't that premeditated.
Well, still, though, when did you make this decision that you were going to break, what you said you were going to do?
I don't know. Oh, man.
See, she did
More than
know
a
she was
day.
going to do that.
Wow, by like a last-minute inspiration you had, is that what you're saying? To just totally pull the rug out from under me?
You know how I can tell your mother-in-law doesn't like you guys? She didn't invite you on the cruise.
But she just got a coupon, that's all.
Okay, so what are we trying to solve here? Basically, you want to air it out, Rosa, to tell Nancy you're ticked off. That wasn't right. How dare you? Now she hates me more. And Nancy, you're like, well, sorry, I see her more than you do.
I think they just want validation from us, like who was right and who was in the wrong.
Was it too late for her to get her name on the card? Like, Rosa, could you afford to do 50-50 with her since you guys haven't bought it yet?
Maybe. That's the thing. There was no discussion about this.
Rosa, you don't want that. You know why? The gold medal ceremony happened yesterday. She was on the podium.
We could have had a discussion. Nancy could have talked to me about it, and maybe we could have said, oh, you know what? Yes, let's do this. But she didn't. So now I look like a fool. We look like complete cheap bastards. And she gets to go running away with the prize, with like the mother-in-law award medal.
It wasn't about me.
But it is. It is definitely about you.
Listen, I appreciate both you guys being huge fans of our show and bringing this to us. I really don't know what to say because it's just...
It wasn't cool doing that. You should have conferred with her. That's my vote.
Look,
Don't
when I
assume
brought
what
to
I
my
can and
husband,
can't
this is
afford.
what he wanted.
Oh, Lord.
Don't ever count other people's money. You should know better. You weren't raised in a barn, were you?
I would not want to be at that family dinner.
That was
I
awkward.
mean, it's tough, but yeah.
Thanks for calling, Rosa, and thinking of us because I love this stuff. Anyone listening to this and you got stuff going on with your family, we'll help you.
You just like carnage.
I'll just say Rosa should
the
have had a
drama.
heads up, whatever Nancy thought. But okay, good luck with sending the mother-in-law away for 5 days. Thanks for listening to our show, ladies. Take care. Let us know what happens.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Rula, what do you mean, like, when she's saying
The gold medal
podium?
ceremony happened yesterday. Think about it. When all these Olympians, they train their whole lives for the moment of the Olympics, and they lose by like a tenth of a second or whatever the hell it is.
Can we hear your national anthem?
So, yeah, you don't get your national anthem. You're not on the podium. And then 3 months later, you find out the person that beat you was juicing. And now they're like, well, here you go. We'll send you the gold medal. You've lost the moment. The momentum and all the excitement and
Yeah, I
all the
hear.
memory is gone.
And no one cares then.
So yesterday was the big, you're getting a cruise. And then, next week we'll be like, well, actually, the other family's gone in on it too. So we'll both send you on
Yeah,
the
someone
cruise.
said, just get
that makes sense.
buy her the drink package. That's like $70 a day. Or how
Hey,
much
are
was it,
you
Kev?
going to remember that? And how much is she going to drink?
Was
She's
it $70 a day?
Senior.
It's different
each-
depending on how long the cruise is.
I just remember I had to drink
Like
like 5 drinks a day to
Make
get
it
my
work.
money's worth.
That's about what we figured out too, and that was very easy.
Yeah.
So is it
Especially-
worth it?
Is it
especially
something
if you
can
start at
share?
breakfast.
Yeah, right.
Is
the
that
mimosas.
worth it,
That's
guys?
just 5 mimosas at breakfast, honey.
Some of those drinks could be $15.
Oh my god!
Easily.
You're getting like
oh,
a double, a bourbon or a martini. Or
Oh, any of those mixed
colada?
drinks? Yeah, the pina coladas, because that's a specialty drink. You're going to pay like $13 for that one.
All right, so because if you're newer to the show, I have never cruised, and I've always been on the fence about cruising. Kevin and Eric are the cruise aficionados,
It's
and I've always heard
Especially we're
about
so
this
close.
drink package.
Yep.
And you said,
I didn't do it last time.
do you feel like every time y'all go on a cruise, you see like the rookie that's like, oh yeah, look at you trying to scam your booze onto the cruise. They got you. How do they get you? How do you not
You
hide
snuck
like a
it onto
bottle of
the
rum in your
boat?
suitcase?
It used to be easier.
Oh yeah, they're
Do they
scanning your.
X-ray the bag?
Yeah, they're just like the airport. They're scanning your bag, so that you can't get that through. Some cruise lines allow you to bring on one
Bottle of wine or something.
bottle of
or-
wine per
okay.
person,
Okay.
but not liquor.
Wine, not
spirits.
liquor. Okay.
Because they
Right.
want to make their money.
Yes.
Wow.
That's why they
And-
have to leave by 5 everywhere because they want you gambling. They want you drinking. They want you buying their booze out there.
So that's why they always take off at like 5 o'clock. They have everybody come back.
Plus, I think they have to pay more too, right? For when they port.
Porting fees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, that's why I
They
wouldn't
wanna
want to
be
go
out
on
there
a
with-
cruise because you can't enjoy the nightlife of the destination that you're visiting.
Well, are you really going to enjoy the nice, Cozamel's nightlife? I mean, just get on the ship, and that's a good nightlife. There's 14 bars, dance clubs, piano bars. It's just fun.
I
That's
almost
like
missed
being
the
on a
ship
floating hotel.
in Puerto Rico because it left at midnight, and they allowed us to do a little bit of nightlife, and we got swept away
Oh,
with
yeah, you
nightlife.
did.
and
Yeah, you
started
did.
running down.
You're like, crap.
the
They're like,
hill.
wait, I don't have a hotel here tonight.
Plus,
My
with
cruise
kids,
ship
there's
is
kids
leaving.
clubs. They got their own things. They're running around having fun with their friends.
Yeah.
How's the kid club work? You just like check them in and
basically, yeah. You as a kid, you go up and you sign up with the folks who run it, and then you make a crap load of new friends. It was one of the coolest things I did as a kid.
Now they make friends weeks before.
How?
Oh, that's cool.
Like
online social.
They know how to do on social. They find out who's going on the cruise.
What?
She met kids from Katy and all over from Texas. And
God, they should do that with adults.
And then you just go and that way you know a few people.
What do? You just throw it on Snapchat? Hey, anybody going on a cruise on this day?
I have no idea.
Let the whole world know where to find you?
Wait a second. I think we're coming up with an
Kids are
idea
smart,
here.
man. Kids find ways to find out.
If you did this with adults, think about that, where you have all the profiles, the socials.
Called the singles cruise.
But we're all going to be on this cruise. Oh, they do?
Don't they do that already for singles cruises?
Or you just go to the bar and you just sit there and you'll find people.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah, but you could do the reconnaissance work ahead.
I think I'm a swinger or something. I don't want that.
No,
This person says, leaving for Alaska on Sunday, we get 15 drinks per day, up to $15 per drink. Is that part of your drink package? My goodness.
How do they know? You got a little punch card?
They say always get the drink package. Cruising is the best.
Yeah. You just either give them your room number or you swipe your little cruise card.
On your card it says.
Oh, okay.
But if one person in your room gets it, the other person has to get it sometimes.
Yes. They make you buy
two? I had 2 rooms because like my kids, so my wife was in one, I was in the other. So I could get it, and then she didn't have to get it.
Could share
because they're
sometimes
underage.
You just go get a couple drinks.
One for me, one for you.
And then you give it one to your wife.
You gift them.
By the way, on our text at 37530, one person has a message for Rosa regarding her sister-in-law Nancy, who did give the mother-in-law a cruise and didn't tell her about it. You could absolutely take the audio podcast of this show where you have Nancy saying, she drives me crazy. We're trying to send her away.
I screw over?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be bad. I like that.
That's awesome.
So that's why you're sending
So
me off.
if you want to talk about the drama or what happened, what didn't happen on Mother's Day, 8:20, we can do that.
That's true.
Let you moms vent.
Coming up next, we're going to check in with Jessica. Jessica put her brother on roses last week because her friend Beth is her brother Greg's new girlfriend. And she was really mad, thinking Greg is cheating on Beth with his toxic ex, Dina. Well, what happened? Greg sent roses to the toxic ex, Dina.
Idiot.
Hear the recap, get the update next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Now, time for a Roses update.
Hope you guys are ready for this.
On the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Okay, roll it. 104.1 KRBE.
All right, parental discretion is advised, always with roses.
Well, it's an adult theme, right? It's about people's relationships and how
Cheaters.
they're going south because they've come to us for a reason. They think that their mate is cheating on them, and it's not going to be nice. It's never nice. So Jessica's situation was different. She was not coming to us about a live-in boyfriend or a husband. It was about her brother dating her friend Beth.
Greg.
And he had this terrible ex named Dina that was really toxic. The cops had been called out on them while they were together. It was a really bad news girl for him. So the whole family was happy that Greg had moved on from Dina and found Beth. And here now Jessica's thinking, great, you're cheating on my friend with that terrible woman.
And I think he's only been with Beth for about 6 months at this point.
Either way, if he's decided
it's
to be
horrible
exclusive-
no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, so Jessica reached out to us, and we're going to pick it up from last Thursday if you missed it, where I've got Greg on the phone. Jessica's listening in. I offered him the red roses, told him the whole spiel about, I got your number from your work, and here's for a job well done, blah, 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 blah. Here's how you're getting your roses. And this is where Greg wanted them sent what the message on the card was.
To my princess, Dina, you are the greatest thing that has ever happened to me, baby. I love you.
I can't believe that you are with Dina again after everything she has put you through, after everything she has put this family through. You're really going to jeopardize something with a wonderful human being who's also my friend to get back into the hellhole of a relationship.
It's not like your business.
It's my
like, who I'm
business
with.
because it affects the entire family. How many times was it that your neighbors called the police?
She's changed, okay? She's not
Also,
the
she's
same.
not abusive anymore? Degrade you in front of people that you
look,
love anymore?
Look, sometimes I deserve
She
it.
doesn't devalue you?
Whoa. Nobody deserves verbal
What?
abuse, dude.
Sometimes you deserve it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. She can put me in my place sometimes publicly. And, like, look, I don't care. It's fine.
Wow,
like, I listen to her.
really
She's
good at
kind of right
gaslighting
sometimes.
you.
Okay?
Then why are you with Beth?
I swear to God, I'll clear things up with Beth, okay?
What do you mean clear things up?
You're
Are you
gonna
going to break up with her?
Yes, I will.
Are you having a physical relationship with this woman?
Yeah, I am. I am cheating on her. And I feel ashamed about it, okay? So thanks for doing this, Jessica. I really appreciate it.
Honestly, I'm really worried about you. If this is the type of person who you're going to continue to allow into your life and continue to allow her to manipulate you and gaslight you, I love you and you deserve better.
Greg, what has happened in your past that makes you accept the behavior Dina shows to you?
When it's good, it's so good.
You don't understand what you're doing to your family, dude. They love you, and they're having to watch this process, and it's just so draining. Like, it takes a toll on them.
I love them, but it's not their business.
You two have a blow up. Who are you calling? Who are you running to? Who has to hear?
Then I won't.
This
Then
is
I won't run
insanity.
to you anymore.
This is
okay?
insanity. This is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And I'm telling you right now, she is so predictable. How many times has Dina cheated on you?
I don't know. I don't count.
One is too many.
We're both dealing with our own trauma. We're both up.
You just said it right there. You're both dealing with trauma. That's
Why
a
be in a
trauma
relationship?
bond.
Don't be in a relationship right now.
With anybody.
You're in a trauma bond with this woman.
We're both dealing with our own together.
You need somebody that's going to support you and build you up. I mean, the fact that the police have been called 5 times.
She does support me. I don't think you guys see the good parts. The good stuff is so freaking amazing.
If your whole family thinks that the person you're with is terrible, that is a huge red flag.
It just depends on how like I put their opinions in the hierarchy of people that I respect their opinions for.
And yeah, don't forget also, Jessica, that we have so many people that have said in the past, who cares what your family thinks? It's just about your mate. Well, we all prove that it's not just about the mate. You marry the family as well.
The whole family.
I'd like to know what your family says, Jessica. Can we talk to you next week?
Sure. I think that, Greg, I love you. You're my brother. I already know how this is going to pan out, and I just can't stand by.
And it's wrong that this poor girl, Beth, is collateral damage. You shouldn't be with her.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like Eric said, we're just curious to see how your family reacts, Jessica, if we can check back in with you. And hopefully Beth is not going to be...
Well, it's 6 months of her life. I mean, that's got to be quite a shock this poor girl's got to go through.
Better than 6 years, better than 16 years.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So 6 months. It's still going to hurt, but...
Obviously. So we asked Jessica to get back with us and let us know what happened over the weekend, because she said the whole family was in on this and nobody's going to be happy. Let's hear what happened. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
Hey, Jessica. So 2 questions here. First of all, how did Beth take it, and how did your family take it?
Beth was very upset. She really, really liked Greg. There were signs that something was off, so she wasn't totally taken off guard. She was hurt.
How'd she find out?
Greg did tell her, so she was grateful for that.
And how about your family, though?
My family is pretty furious about the situation because, you guys remember all the details. Like, he is just a different human being when he is possessed by Dina.
Didn't you call it a love addiction?
Yeah, I would definitely call it a love addiction. And I just wish he could kick it, but he can't. He can't kick her. I don't want him to literally kick her, but,
Even though she literally kicks him, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, obviously y'all are going to be in that situation that unfortunately families find themselves in. You
family.
love your sibling. You know they're making a mistake, but they have to learn it for themselves the hardest way of all while you sit by and watch the dumpster fire. This is just
I
what
would
he's
never
chosen.
tell him that, but I'd always be there for my family.
Well, he knows now, Eric. I mean, it's been on roses.
But I'd tell him, I'd be like, I'm not going to help you. You're on your own. I don't want to hear about any of this stuff.
She's going to bring him around to like some Sunday lunch or something, or a Saturday dinner.
You don't want to invite that to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but he'll bring her.
No, he knows. No.
I'd invite him. I'd be like, you can come, Greg, but you're not bringing.
That's pretty much what we've expressed. If you want to come around when you have the bandwidth, if you do, because whenever he's with her, he doesn't. He is all consumed by her and her life and, all of that comes with it. She is not welcome.
Roula, I know you've heard me say this in the past for years, that my mate is going to come first and be damned what the family thinks. But this is different. I mean, I'm beginning to see your point more, that if you're causing like emotional pain to your family and everybody is telling you that,
and
they can't all be
everyone in the room has to
wrong.
suffer mentally to withstand the presence of one toxic person. That is not fair to the other 8 people in the room, or 6 people in the room, or 12 people in the room. That sucks.
And then
how
the
many times
worry.
have you been to dinner with somebody and they brought some weirdo toxic person everyone can't stand, and it screws the entire vibe of the night?
And if you never have, you're the weirdo that they brought.
Oh, that's true. But the story that you have to go through, wondering how your brother, your sister, or how they're doing?
At some point, you're like, this is an adult. They've made their choice. I'm not going to sit by and suffer watching this dumpster fire.
Right.
You can love him, but he's made his choices now. So
we're not going to enable that relationship, essentially, is what it comes down to. It's painful either way, but this is a boundary that we have to set because she wreaks havoc on our lives and we just can't take it anymore.
I was hoping that maybe he saw the light over the weekend, but maybe it'll take a little longer than just a weekend. But thanks for checking in with us, Jessica. You guys take care. Have a great day, okay?
You too. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Man, if you want to be on Roses, go to krbe.com. You can contact us that way. You can also contact us via Instagram on direct messages. Eric checks that 72 hours a day.
Well, at least 10 hours and 20 minutes.
72 hours a day.
That was my
producer Eric.
weekly report yesterday.
10 hours per day.
Yeah.
But you were in
10
bed all
hours.
weekend, so you just were with your buddy, your phone.
Yeah, but I mean, that's usually, I think it was only up 20% from the week before.
Oh,
so.
Lord.
Oh, really?
I wasn't sick last week.
So it's not the illness that's factoring in.
By the way,
that's my TV, man. I spend more time. I'm like, do I want to watch a show or do I want to look for a show? I'm like, no, I'd rather just watch Instagram, TikTok.
Well, you're watching a show
Twitter.
and you're on your Instagram.
But that's,
yeah.
You're different. You were not born into that world. So you remember what it was like before.
And
Where,
I'm addicted to it. That's what's scary because kids that's all they know.
yeah, they
Right.
were born
That's
into
how they're
this.
raised.
It
They don't have a
already
chance.
existed. So that's how they're raised. They do not live lives like we did growing up at all.
No.
Somebody texted us, this is new, regarding Greg's voice. Oh, my God. Doesn't he sound like Stu from The Hangover? That's Andy from The Office, played Stu from The Hangover.
Oh, man.
It was a bartender.
Go back and listen.
Guys.
9 o'clock, I'll listen now.
Because you'll hear the replay at 9 o'clock. Then I'll be listening for the, what's his name in real life? Ed Helms.
Ed Helms.
Ed
The
Helms,
Ed Helms
that's right.
voice. The Ed Helms voice. Oh, man, that's crazy. By the way, you give me grief about not watching like Righteous Gemstones. I haven't caught up on is it the fourth season? It's the last one. That's it, right? On HBO Max.
Last one. It's finished.
You guys are
last
obsessed with that show. I was looking at, it does not have a lot of viewers. Like, it's only got 400,000 viewers per episode.
But the ones that, Baby Billy was the host of SNL this weekend.
Yeah, because he did White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that
But
why?
SNL wasn't very good this weekend.
It wasn't?
No. They've been having some good ones this season, but this was not one of them.
Yeah, they just threw a bunch of.
Unfortunately.
I think they're like, we have 2 weeks left.
They're like,
Yeah.
senioritis has hit the writers of SNL. Senioritis. Well, we can talk about the one skit that they did for Mother's Day, which got a little too awkward.
I like
Oh,
the
it
one
did.
about the Constitution.
Oh,
I didn't see that one.
Constitution.
Matt. I'm
Let's
mad.
talk about that.
Were they getting all political?
Guns.
No, they've made the First Amendment freedom of speech, and then Coggins is sitting over there in the corner.
His name's Matt.
Yeah.
Like, who are you? Where'd you come from?
Are you smoking?
Number 2, guns. Well, what do you mean about guns? Guns.
Yeah, we should have them.
We should have
It
them.
was funny.
Also, we'll tell you about a chance to win $10,000 for an 8-week job. $10,000 for 8 weeks, and it involves a lot of laying down and relaxing.
I like that.
Relaxing. We'll give you all that
I like
coming up
it.
next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Back to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
All right, coming up next in Celebrity Scoop. Actually, we just do it. I mean,
Let's
I do
do it
like
now.
Azazam, but we have a lot to talk about.
You don't need the announcer
Sam,
guy.
it's a fun
Let,
You don't
need him?
Let him rest. You can
Okay.
just go into it.
It's fine. We'll push over Ed Sheeran's Weekend Dance Party later.
I know, that's a fun song.
It is a fun song, so save it for me because the Celebrity Scoop is brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas, and I do have something to give away that's fun first before we even get into the scoop. This week, at the end of this week, starting on Thursday, there's another Greek festival in town, my friends, on the West Side. In May is where the Greek Fest happens, and you can get your tickets at HoustonGreekFest.com. I have got a 4-pack of tickets for you. It comes with the attendance and the food and all this kind of stuff. Delicious food, lively music, traditional Greek dancing. You can join into fun for the whole family. Kids 10 and under get in for free. HoustonGreekFest.com is where you can find out more about the West Side Greek Festival off of Eldridge and I-10. The tickets you're getting are good for all 3 days. And if you're caller 10, you're going to enjoy some fun.
And the parking's always good there. Like
Parking
I
is
feel like you got,
all through this neighborhood, all around there.
That's a
light you
big
up
deal.
When you park there.
833-390-KRBE. Get a little culture in your life this weekend with Houston Greek Fest. We'll have them come in at the end of the week so they can tell us more about it. It's been happening for a long time. And, COVID kind of put the brakes on a lot of stuff.
Did it?
You know?
Did it stop during the pandemic?
Definitely, yeah. They couldn't do that
for a
during the
year or two?
pandemic, for sure. So it is at the St. Basil Greek Orthodox Church
It
on
was
the
a
west side
special
of
place in my heart
Eldridge.
because that's the first place I actually got to go out in Houston, like 20.
That's right.
How many years ago?
Anyone that we were dating.
23 years ago.
Really took me out there.
It was Greek Festival weekend for
Which is
St.
back. I
Basil's.
used to live over here.
When Eric moved to Houston, he didn't know the layout, the geography. Our radio station was at 610 in Westheimer. He chose an apartment off Eldridge.
I don't know what
in
made you think
Westheimer.
that.
It was cheap. You
Not-
guys weren't paying me that much.
Not knowing like really how far that looks. Because, when you're on Eldridge and they're trying to sell you an apartment, like, oh, it's just a few minutes to the Galleria from
No,
here. He's like,
it's not.
okay.
I would drive by KRB every day. I just take
get
Westheimer
there.
because I went take the toll. And I'm like, man, I wish I could work there. I'd be there in 8 minutes.
And there you are.
And the
So-
funny thing is, like, wait. I cannot glance over this. I remember you talking about that because didn't you think you were going to hook up with Roula that night?
No. People
That's
thought
people
we
thought
were
that.
together.
Oh.
Because my friends were there. Eric was new to town. And I said, you know what, right near where you live, there's a Greek festival. It's pretty fun. So let me take you there. And there's
That's how I was doing
drinking.
the interview process when I didn't think I was going to take the job or get the job.
The casting
I'm
couch.
like, is that how it works in Houston? That's what they do?
So we go
Invite
to
you to
the
their apartment?
festival, and my friends are like, "Who's this guy?" I go, "Oh, that guy. That's he's the producer of my show. His name is Eric. Oh, is that your boyfriend?" I go, "No, he just moved here."
Like it's 2003 guys. You can have friends that are guys.
I know, right? So that's kind of funny. That's our first excursion out together as friends was the St. Basil Houston Greek Fest. You can see more about it and have fun with it as it begins this week on May 15th
And this
to the
looked like it was
17th.
on
a pita.
a pita,
And gets wrapped in a pita.
which makes it
All
easier
right.
to eat.
So what is the job you can? Yeah, because you pull up
Yeah.
a skewer, it's like a sandwich.
Instead
like
of
a
the skewer
sandwich.
far away, I'm just like,
Like a sandwich. Okay, so what is the job that is very relaxing and would pay you $10,000 for 8 weeks? It is open to you if you are 21 or older, and it is a summer internship. It is the company CoddleMe.com. These are sleeper sofas from Coddle Sleeper Sofas. They are accepting applications starting today until June the 3rd on Instagram, or you can go to CoddleMe.com to see all the parameters of what does it take to get $10,000 for 8 weeks. They want you to master the fine art of lounging. Like it's your job because
being
it
a
is.
couch
I got a
potato.
black
They say
belt, Matt.
strategic power napping to optimize energy for more lounging. Become the leader in snacking frequently. Creating low-key content that screams, I peaked this summer by just laying here. Upholding a strict life/lounge balance. The 8-week internship is open to anyone 21 or older, located in the 48 contiguous states and D.C. with Wi-Fi, a knack for binge watching, and the confidence to go viral in sweatpants. This is all I'm reading straight from their website. Prior experience with nesting, napping, or being chronically online is a bonus, but not required.
Eric, you are born for this position.
I can do this.
The role includes creating content for Coddle's social channels from the
Easy.
comfort of your very own
Yeah.
sofa. They will send you the sleeper sofa, which you get to keep. And for the 8 weeks, they will pay you $10,000 to keep up their social footprint.
I just want the cash. You can have the couch afterwards.
Must be, no, they want you to keep it.
Not
Must be
nice enough for
18.
you?
No, I don't know. I have all those
Got the-
refiners.
Got the beer can holder and the
The refiners
armrest.
I bought, one is they, like I have to put a pillow under my legs to raise them up a little bit higher because after like an hour they go numb.
Oh, your legs? Like Bambi.
Is that a
Bambi
thing?
on the ice.
You've got some circulation
Yeah,
problems, Eric.
The
Like my
winner.
old movie chairs would like go up, they'd scoop you up, and you'd be up a little bit
Oh,
higher.
like
your
ergonomic.
feet. But these aren't as good, I don't think.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. First world
So I have
problems.
to put a pillow under
First
my
world
Oh, no.
It's a tough
The
life.
winner will be notified by Wednesday, June 11. If you are the one that they have chosen at coddleme.com to get the $10,000
How do you spell
8-week internship. Coddle is CODDLE. Go to coddleme.com.
Like you're coddling your child or you're.
What do the couches look like? Do they look like crap or they look?
They look
sleeper
like
sofas?
crap.
I'm just thinking.
I mean, they just look like regular couches that have a pull-out couch inside, a pull-out bed inside.
Ooh.
See, they look pretty
Are they
nice.
sleek or are they kind of white trashy?
Well,
No, they
nobody's
look
going
good.
to say they're kind of white trashy.
No, they look-
If you're talking about if they're bulky, like from a Roseanne episode in 1985,
I don't see
no.
a cooler in the middle of it. Like,
No, these are all just like looking like regular couches, different kind of styles. CoddleMe.com. All right, over the weekend on Saturday Night Live, the guy who plays Uncle Baby Billy on Righteous Gemstones, Walter Goggins.
And he's been in a lot of things. He was in White
Shield.
Lotus, The Shield. You know.
Vice principals.
Justified.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I
the
only
big
know
one
him
too.
from
He was the bad
Righteous
guy.
And he's what's the one where he's missing a nose and he's like
Oh, yeah.
based on a video game. Oh, I'm having a
Yeah, it came out last year. Oh my God!
God, what was that called?
Somebody
It's
texted
based
us
on
at
a
37530.
video game.
Like I've seen him forever. That's what's so weird to watch him blow up now, just because of White Lotus.
Yeah, of all things.
I know.
So one of the opening monologue, his mom was in the audience. It was cute.
That
He
was
said he was
sweet.
raised by his mom, his aunts, and his grandma, and his mom taught him how to dance. Then he brought her up. They did a dance.
And they did a little dance. They did a little
It was real
jig.
sweat.
Flogging, yeah.
Yeah, Fallout. Yeah.
Fallout's the name of the
Yeah, he knows how to
series.
clog. He did the clogging
He
in
and his mom clogged.
Misbehaving.
And he clogged with his mom on the stage. The clip that I saw that, a lot of times SNL has a couple different clips that rotate. The one that I saw first was the Mother's Day brunch skit where the sons have taken out their moms and he's the waiter and he is highly inappropriate with mothers. Will not shut up about how he slept with every one of his mom's friends when he came of age. And they're like, all right, can
flirting
we
with the
get the
moms.
menu now? And he just throws them the menus, but he places the menus for the moms.
He's saying all these
What's the
innuendos.
You
one
don't
that
get the
said,
drinks for
Kev?
the men.
Yeah. What's the one that you said, Kev, the other skit you mentioned?
You said
Oh, no.
skit.
no, it was the
Right to-
Constitution one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
the-
yeah.
Or the
okay,
Bill
we
of
were talking
Rights.
about- okay.
Something like that.
He's like, "Where are you from, Matt?" The United States.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, because it was never called United States then."
Uh-huh.
Oh wow! And
So
he's
he
like-
named it. So a guy named Matt smoking a cigarette in the corner of the room named it
Yeah.
United States.
Of course, then when he left, he got shot.
After he put guns as the Second Amendment.
mouthed off or something?
Yes.
Well, you can watch it on viral wherever you consume your.
And I hear rumors
clips.
that Colin Jost Michael Che might get might leave.
Well, the guy that they're
Really?
already priming to replace him, I don't know his name because
They
I
do
don't watch
the news.
SNL enough. Yeah, they do Weekend Update. Colin Jost's replacement. Who's the guy that?
Is he on there now?
He's on there now. He's the taller young guy with the dark hair.
Oh, I don't like him.
He's boring.
He is. That's the one with the twig arm Twilight that they're making fun of him. Is that
I think
him
so,
in the
yeah.
drop? Yeah, I don't know. He did that really funny bit though, where you're a goth on vacation.
Okay.
The goth kid on vacation.
He also wrote the bit that Roula saw them perform with Megan Thee Stallion.
That they cut in the live. So I
okay,
went to
yeah.
the taping at 8:30, and it was so awkward to be in the audience when they're trying to do this skit where Megan Thee Stallion and these two players are lifeguards at a water park, and the guy dies at the top. And they're like, the EMTs come up, and they're like, well, can we just push him down the slide? And it was so awkward, the Megan Thee Stallion one, it just was not hitting. They cut it from the live show.
And he went on like Seth Meyers' show and talked about how bad it was. Like,
Yeah, he said it was like the first thing he was responsible for writing, and it was a total flop. And then Nate Bargatze was the host,
You could tell
and
better.
then it killed with him, so they aired it with him.
it just tells you sometimes
Oh,
it's
wow.
delivery.
It is. It really is.
Y'all, it was
And he has
so
that deadpan.
awkward in there. It was because how sometimes when you're in a live studio audience, you're kind of smiling already, like when you go see a stand-up comic because you're expecting it to be funny.
You feed off the energy of the crowd.
Oh my God, it was so awkward in there. We were like, this is weird. This is not funny.
When everybody's got
Nobody
that
laughed?
same
Not
ick
even a-
Nobody
vibe.
laughed. It was so awkward. There was no laughter. It was like watching a bad comic just bomb for 4 minutes. We're like, oh my God, this is stupid. Can you end this dumb skit? This is definitely not making the 11:30. We knew it was not going to make the 11:30 at that.
And did you
city.
watch the 11:30 as well?
Yeah, we got back to the hotel in time, and Tasso and I were watching to see what did we
What
see
made
that
it?
they didn't make.
Oh,
And that
cool.
Megan Thee Stallion water park one was not live. We're like, yeah.
It's time for What's Going Down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
You know how you see the news every single weekend, a shooting at a house party? That stuff happens, and it's always like an Airbnb. You know?
Is it always an Airbnb? The
A
last
lot of
one was at
times.
somebody's actual house for a 15th birthday party.
Yeah, but there are so many of these stories that involve somebody who's just done a short-term rental lease.
They don't care. They just want to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
party.
Houston City Council just approved a whole bunch of sweeping changes to our short-term rental laws. It prevents the short-term rentals from being advertised as event spaces, and anybody who wants to run a rental will have to pay $275 annually. The ordinance is also going to require 24-hour emergency contacts for properties. Have you ever gotten to an Airbnb and you had a major problem? You tried to call the person, can't get a hold of them. Like I had that problem. We showed up and the key wouldn't work. And we're sitting there like, well, what do we do now?
Try to call the person.
Just sitting out there.
Well, when Ahmad and I got to Mexico, our VRBO had been given away to someone else.
Oh, yeah.
And double booked.
No way.
That was.
Did you tell that story
frightening.
on the raw feed?
I may have. I probably did. Yeah,
It was a good story
Because it was
about
a-
how because you could speak the language, so that helped.
It really did to
Get you a better
finagle
place.
us. I was able to get 2 rooms for the price of one, like ocean view
Whoa.
with private pool access. Ahmad and I were like, this is even better than the first place, and we saved $500.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
was like, I'm glad they booted us out
It
of
worked
here.
out.
But otherwise, when that happens, it sucks.
So some of these new laws, these new revisions, property owners and operators can have their certification revoked if they have 2 or more citations issued.
Who gets the $250 you said at the beginning?
The city.
Of course.
Yeah.
They get their piece.
Anybody
Why?
who wants to run a rental will have to pay $275 annually.
You know what? Actually, that's not too bad
Why do they
for
get
a
it, though?
year. You know what? I think they want to cut back on.
Because police have to come in that if something happens. What are they trying to...
I guess.
And
so.
you're talking about in Houston proper, not like if you have
Houston.
like a, Port Aransas Airbnb or
they
one
do their
like in
math.
Corpus.
They had to
or
figure that one
Padre.
out. Why are they getting 250 of them?
275.
275.
Yeah, and now they're going to also change. They're going to require annual human trafficking training for all short-term rental owners or operators.
Which is important.
Yeah,
good.
they want to make sure that people aren't just renting this place and they're, doing horrible things in the property. So it's good that they're making these changes. That's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, coming up next. Could you or would you pay thousands of dollars for a vacation only to show up and willingly leave your phone in a Ziploc bag at the front desk the whole time you're there?
White Lotus. Isn't that a White?
Is that what they do there?
They took your
Really?
phone away. Remember at White Lotus?
I didn't
No,
see
not
this season.
every-
I never saw this season. They did it?
What?
I know. I'm
I
still
haven't seen
waiting.
it either.
I know. I'm
That's the
Yeah.
big thing. They take away. Yes.
I want
They
to
take
wait
away their
until the whole
phone.
Every
season is
season?
out.
No,
No.
this season they take away so
okay.
that
Okay.
so that they don't know what's going on in the United States.
Well, there is a
wow.
resort in Mexico that is very popular, and they are starting to do this. The question is, do you want to book it on purpose? Let's
I used to
just
go to this place.
decompress. Yeah, that's what I
I've been
saw.
there
And
like
I was like,
4 times.
I know this name. Somebody in this room has stayed at this resort, and it's you.
If they tell me
There's
to
you.
Okay.
if they give it my phone, they can go suck it.
We'll talk
I'm
about
not
that
going.
next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.